That's the only. Next thing I do, all up on me screaming. Head down, let me give you that excitement. She's ready to leave. I like to go. I give it real now. Cause I know one thing, certified shit. That just ain't me. Hey, I know. Take that chance. She's easy going to leave. What I do, the way she thinks. Shorty out right. The way she gets love. Like that. Put it down for me. She asked for one more dance. And I'm like, yeah. How the hell am I supposed to leave? And I said, yeah. Shorty got down. Come again. I get so proud. Now she told me. Black girl, that's the only. Next thing I knew, was all up on me screaming.
My outfit's ridiculous. In the club looking so conspicuous. I'm swimming all on the prowl. If you hold the head steady, I'm a belting cow. Forget about game, I'ma spit the truth. I won't stop till I get up and they wanna take two. If you hear rhythm, it's gonna be off with they clothes. They lean over to the front, touch your toes. Left the jag and I took the roll. If they ain't nothing, then I put them on foot control. How you like me now? When my bills valued over 300,000. Let's drink, you the one to please. Fill cups like double D's. What's more when we leave some dead? We want a lady in the street, but a freak in the bed that say,
Got down, come again. I get so proud, now she told me. My girl, that's the only. Next thing I knew, all up on me screaming.
Take that and rewind it back. Little time got the beat to make your booty go. Take that, rewind it back. Ursula got the voice to make your booty go. Take that, rewind it back. Ludacris got the flow to make your booty go. Take that, rewind it back. Little time got the beat to make your booty go.
shot, raised out like a bell. I grabbed my knife, all I heard was shells. On the pump, real fast, jumped in my car, slammed on the gas. Bump that, wait, jack, he's on the scene, you know what I mean? They got luck, they're running on the building. There was a problem, yo, I'm swollen. Check out the book from DJ Austin. Concept. Here we come.
Listen to the track.
Get away, you move it out. Got me in a train. DJ turn me up. Ladies, this your day. I'm a smart star. You know I'm a pain. Just put it on. You will put your hands. Girl, I'm in the ball. I like the way I put it Go back up, pull out a big dip, out of wood, I put on a chain, and just